Dear Dallas Mavericks, how? Just plain how? Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yeah, baby! I'm eating ice cream this morning because I deserve it. Thank you, Pops, for your spirit. And thank you to everyone who sent me well wishes yesterday, who knew I was struggling physically and knew I was struggling emotionally because it was the anniversary of my dad's passing. Now, with all that being said, wait, take a drink. And got my water. Okay, now let's go. Good morning. Welcome to the tripped out Thursday 3-hour edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us in the region, across the nation, and around the world. We welcome our new listener base from KSOS in Salem, Oregon. And I told my wife this morning that I would have the perfect shirt for her to wear this morning because both of us were really exhausted when we woke up. And she said, okay, honey, what's the perfect shirt? And I showed her this one that I have on right now. I came, I saw, I left early, which is what a lot of Dallas Mavericks fans did last night and what a lot of Edmonton Oilers fans may do tonight. We'll get into all of that and more. It's Thursday, and the Dallas Mavericks. Once again, the Dallas Mavericks had games 2 and 3 in their sights. Let me say that again. The Dallas Mavericks had games 2 and 3 in their sights and blew it. Last night, especially when Luka fouled out. He fouled out in an oops foul, which allowed the Celtics to move within one win of banner number 18 in a one. Did I get the score right? Let me get the score right. In a 106-98 victory over the Dallas Mavericks. The big dog is with me this morning. How are you, sir?
The computer's a lot like an old Dodge Magnum. It takes a while to load up.
But once it's loaded, it's going.
Yeah, and talking about the Celtics game last night, the biggest thing that the Celtics benefited from was Luka fouling out with about 4 minutes to go.
Mm-hmm.
That was the absolute game changer. if it wasn't for that, the Celtics probably would have had a bigger struggle because Luka was on pace for at least 35, 36. And with Kyrie having 30, what was it, 34 or 35 at the end of the game, that would have been painful to the chances of having the 18th banner. But because of Luka fouling out and talking all this crap to the refs, and that's not going to bode well for game 4.
Mm-hmm.
Go figure.
Go figure. Absolutely.
Now Dallas is in the unenviable position that we've been in before.
Yep.
And that's having to win 4 straight.
The Red Sox did it. The Mavericks won't.
And the difference is the Mavericks don't have the mental IQ to pull it off.
You know, with Luka fouling out last night with 4.5 minutes remaining, 4:32 remaining to be exact, what does that say about the IQ of Luka Doncic? I'll answer that. Because when okay, Shane and I had many a conversation about Luka Doncic. And as much as I love Jay Spivey, love our brother. When Shane came to me and said, look, there's a new predator on the prowl basketball-wise by the name of Luka Doncic. He knows my first question was easily, who the heck is Luka Doncic? And the Shane's exact response, I swear to you guys, was, I don't know, some guy from overseas that thinks he's going to come and take over. I said, oh, that sounds like LeBron James. And Shane hung up on me.
Just saying. I mean,
Shane hung up on me for making that comparison because apparently when he called me back, I got in his head again. Well, Luka Doncic, after last night, your basketball IQ is PU. You were playing with 5 fouls. You're playing with 5 fouls. How do you mess that up? I understand you wanted to play aggressive and keep the Mavericks in the game. I get it. I understand it. Lord knows I understand it. But there comes a time where you have to allow your teammates to pick up the, what's the missing word? Slack.
And the fact is, it was on a simple blocking foul that he picked up his 6th.
A blocking foul. And after he talked so much trash to the referees all night, they zapped him on a basic basketball play. They zapped him. Good.
After talking all that trash, Karma came around and said, nah, son, your basketball IQ,
your game's
trash.
over.
Absolute trash.
Your game's over. And come Friday, the season's over.
Yeah.
For the Dallas Mavericks, for a team that somehow climbed from the 5th seed to the NBA Finals. Luka and the Mavericks are done. And I'm going to say 2 more statements. And by the way, I made a promise to my wife. I'll expand on that in segment 2. I'll make 2 more statements about the Mavericks. This is their last trip to the finals. And next year, they're going to tank. And the 2 main reasons were your 2 leading scorers last night. I'm not going to say nobody else stepped up for the Mavericks because Derek Lively did. But you need a point guard, Dallas, because Kyrie is not him. I'm sorry. Did I say a blasphemous statement aloud? Well, let me say it again. You need a point guard, Dallas, because Kyrie Irving is not him. The Dallas Mavericks are not built for a title run. The Boston Celtics have historically been built for title runs. 17 of them.
And here's the thing.
Right now.
Here's the thing. Boston has the deeper bench.
Oh, the bench hasn't even come into play yet. Chris Beach is with us. Says the Celtics were the better team, are the better team, and are built for the title run. Find the lie.
And actually, off the bench, Dallas played more and only got 16 points, where we played less and got 21 off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
Let me welcome some people. Jedi is with us. Good morning to you.
Jedi. By the way, Jedi brought something to my attention you and I need to talk about later.
Oh, boy.
Something about him actually coming on for part of a show sometime.
I don't trust him.
Why? Just because he's one of my cronies?
Yes.
oh, thanks.
The only reason
The
only reason I dealt with your crazy behind and your cronies for the past 12 years is because y'all have me laughing. And I say that jokingly. Jedi, you're on later. All right, we'll get it together.
Gotta love the Dark Knight for that one.
Absolutely, David.
Hey, Palmer, there's one of my Wreckfest brothers right there.
Where is David? Where is David located?
That I'm not sure of 100%, but I literally just got off of Wreckfest on the Xbox before coming over here.
Well, let us know where you guys are listening and watching from. Darian Hopkins, who I will join at the 1 o'clock hour on his show, the Darian Hopkins Sports Show, and I'll have him laughing so hard he'll pee his pants.
What up, D-Hop?
Ryan McCarthy, our good buddy from Saratoga, New York. Good morning, Snow Crew. You can't play optimal baseball when you're taped up like you're going into a barbed wire match. Yep.
Nope. You can't.
You can't. And that should have been basketball, not baseball.
Yeah. No, and the fact of the matter is, Luke has been hurt the majority of the season.
Yep.
And he's being exposed right now.
And so are the Mavericks.
Yo, RC, what's going on?
What's going on, RC? The Dallas Mavericks are done.
Yeah.
Flat out.
This was a deflating game for them.
Yep.
They had their foot on the throttle early, and they lifted and coasted like they were Lewis Hamilton trying to save fuel for the last stint.
Mm-hmm.
And Boston made them pay.
Second quarter, again. The second quarter, again.
Actually, it was the third quarter. Second quarter, they each scored 20. It was the third quarter where Boston said, screw you, we're pulling out.
Third quarter where Boston said, we're out of here.
Yeah. And built up that 16-point lead.
18 going into the fourth period.
Yeah.
Or in the fourth period, I beg your pardon.
And the thing is, Dallas had a 13-point lead in the first quarter.
And blew it. Oh, and Darian, I'm going to say this throughout our show today. I hate to be an I told you so, but I told you so. But see, y'all know me. I wanted complete anarchy. Because when I hung out with Darian yesterday on his show, he said, I want a score. I want a predicted score. Well, old Snowman sees the opportunity. And I said 164-18.
That would be anarchy.
It should have been. You know why the finals has been a massive and dissatisfying letdown? Because the Dallas Mavericks are in it. Because Kyrie Irving is in it.
It feels like it's been scripted like a WWE card. The entire playoffs basically have.
Duh.
I mean, this goes way back to the late 90s, early 2000s when the last time the finals actually went unpredictable. Mm-hmm. Nowadays, it's like,
Yeah, the refs tried to keep Dallas in the game. No foul on the Tatum dunk was as big of a Donaghy move as the league has ever seen.
Yeah. Not wrong.
Boston owns the third quarter. Hey, I find no lie with that. Boston has owned the third quarter in every game in this series, and they're going to own it on Friday.
Yeah.
I can't wait till I talk about this on my show. Yeah, I have a lot to say about the Mavs. I have 2 words. They're cooked. RC with a very valid point. If Dallas was going to play like this, they should have let my T-Wolves hit the NBA Finals instead. Well, unfortunately for your T-Wolves, RC, they're going to tank also. I love you, Anthony Edwards, but they're not built for it.
If it was T-Wolves and Boston, it would have gone 6 games.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, the T-Wolves didn't get there, and they would have been swept too.
I would
Neither
have given
of
them
these
6.
teams, I wouldn't. Neither of these teams are built for 6 or 7 game finals series. Listen to my words. Finals series.
No,
Neither of
because they
these
just
teams.
don't have the bench. They just don't have the bench. Plain and simple.
Nor do they have the moxie.
No. I mean, Boston has proven it in every single series leading up to this one right here that they were built for this run.
Jeff, where are you tuning in from? Want to shout you out properly.
Yeah, Jeff,
People
I'm not
hate-
hating on this series because I'm a Boston fan.
Listen,
I'm hating
not
on this series because it's predictable.
I'm hating on this. Look, if it was Boston, Denver, it would have gone the distance.
Yeah, it would have. That would have
It
been a
would've
better
gone the-
matchup.
It would have gone the. It would have gone the distance.
It would have been a better
I'm hating on this series because, as Shane said, it's so predictable. Dallas has the stars, Boston has the team, and a team always beats stars.
Unless it's
If you listen
2016
to
and
the-
Adam Silver gives you a stimulus package.
Oh God,
We're just saying.
I'm saying that aloud, and I love saying it aloud. Man, everybody's coming in here this morning. Thank you all. If you listen to the announcers, though, says Chris Dietz, the Mavs should be winning this series.
It's
That's
ESPN.
why I didn't listen to the television announcers. I listened to the
ESPN.
radio announcers.
It's ESPN. What do we expect?
Exactly. And it's been that way since they took control of the NBA contract. Jaylen Brown has been more unstoppable than Bill Cosby at a cocktail party.
Ouch. Not wrong, but ouch.
Oh, I got more to say. Is Trae Young somehow redeemed in that trade 6 years ago? No, and no, because Trae Young sucks. And RC, you're right. Denver had no bench this year, and it cost them.
Yeah,
it cost them in games 6 and 7 in that Western Conference semifinal series.
Yeah.
Mike Breen deserves better from his group. I agree. Mike Breen did better on NBC than he's doing on ABC. And I got nothing against Mike Breen. Love listening to it, especially when he does MSG for the Knicks.
I was about to say he does better with MSG than he does with ESPN.
So RC poses the question: get out the brooms, or is it a gentleman's sweep? Get out the brooms. This series is done, finished, finito, cooked.
I was cautious saying it was going to be a gentleman's sweep just because I want to see the Celtics win it at home for Game 5.
Man,
but let's be realistic about it. And you know what? I'm going out on a limb for this one. Game 4, 113-97, Boston.
You know what? I'm going to go back to 1986 and add a few points.
Okay.
1986, we saw the Celtics beat the ever-loving blank out of the Milwaukee Bucks. And if y'all hear the blanks, I'm keeping a promise to my wife and my children. And I want everybody that comes on this show to do the same thing. We are eliminating the 4-letter words. All right?
Yeah, we don't need the we all don't have the button.
No. And I don't want to use the button today. Huge offseason for Luka this summer. Ship him back overseas. But get out the brooms. It's done. Finished. Finito.
What Luka needs
Adios.
to do Luka needs to stay in the video room.
Luka needs to get in the weight room.
That's it.
Did I say that aloud?
Drop 25 pounds, get in the video room, and you're good to go.
Luka needs to get in the weight room because he is. I've seen more untypical point guards in the past 20 years than I've ever seen. All right. And it's good, and that's good for the game. Brad Stevenson deserves more credit for this run. His trades for Derek White and Drew have made this team dominant. Executive of the year. I agree. I agree. Trae Young has not even been close to an NBA Finals in how long now? And Trae Young will never get close to an NBA Finals again. Because the
Nope.
closest he got to the NBA Finals was 2021 when Milwaukee put a foot in him. Period. And it's the same thing. And I said the night they made the trade that the trade was even. Because you got two supposed stars that think they know what they're doing when it comes to playing the game, and they don't know a doggone thing. They don't. Luka's cooked. Trae is worse. I mean, who the heck wants Trae Young on their team to provide more of a glut on their team than Joel Embiid does for the Philadelphia 76ers?
Or James Harden in the Clippers organization.
Heck, James Harden anywhere.
True. And something just came across my phone that we can discuss after the break, dealing with the Lakers' new problems at head coaching position.
What, they don't have one?
No, but you're going to be interested to hear on who they're interviewing this weekend.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Victor Locke is with us from Chicago. Man, I wish you were with us this week.
Should I just drop the nuke? Should I just drop the nuke now on who they're looking at?
No. Hold on to it. Hold on to it.
I gotcha. Did we go frozen here for a second, folks? I think we might have gone frozen. Snowman. Yeah, I think we've gone frozen, folks. Give us a moment. Give us a moment. We'll get this figured out. Welcome to Technology on a Thursday. Even they're saying that this segment's cooked. So while we're waiting on Snowman to come back, yeah, go figure this one out, huh? Who else we got sitting in the chat today? As I'm loading everything else up. Yeah, Vic, technical difficulties. And RC, yeah, Boston got me feeling like it's feeling Rondo, Allen, Paul Pierce, and KG 2008. Yeah, I'll agree with that. I'll definitely agree with that, RC. I will definitely agree with that. So it'll be interesting to see how much longer things end up going down. But Jason Tatum isn't exactly a Dollar Tree Kobe. I give him more of like a Dollar General Kobe. But Tatum is starting to form into his own, which is good. And we've been dying to see it, being Boston fans. Yeah, and RC and Dietz, you're right. Boston's been better when Jason handles the rock. Let him run the team and get the plays going around him.
Yeah. Banks knocked out my service. One of my little kittens. He hopped in.
Don't you just love that?
He hopped in the window
and kaput.
And of course,
Subway.
yep, he hopped in my window and El Smacko. He hopped in my window and El Smacko. All right. As I was preparing to do before Binks decided to show his cute little face, let's take a break. And when y'all get back, Shane has a nuclear weapon to drop.
Yep.
And it concerns the fakers. I can't wait. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Once again, we're trying to figure all this out, folks. And once again, Snowman froze.
I was going to say, not again. Fine. Let's keep going. Drop it. Drop the nuke.
All right.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about this, folks.
All right.
Hey.
According to sources from ESPN, namely Woj himself,
Oh, boy.
the Lakers are looking to interview J.J. Redick.
Oh, duh. That's nothing. That's nothing.
Are they really? Are the Lakers really that desperate?
Yeah.
I mean, what did Redick even do in the league to begin with?
Nothing.
Well, that makes sense. Most of all the coaches outside of 3 or 4 did nothing for the Lakers anyway, so it'd be nothing different for them.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently,
so because they're planning to get Dan Hurley backfired spectacularly in their face.
Yeah, that was a monster failure.
Just like the Laker franchise right now.
Yep.
Then now they're settling. They're settling for J.J. Redick.
Yeah.
I
and Vic,
personally hope they do it.
Yes, Vic. They're
I
looking for J.J. Redick as a coach.
I personally hope they do it.
Okay.
We owe you an ID and a break. Try again. Back with more on this J.J. Redick thing after the break. And I promise there's a break this time.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Mama, what does the chicken say?
Chicken. Oh, okay.
And wolf?
Oh, a wolf.
Ooh! What about the tiny dog? Cat. Owl. Dolphin? What does the turkey say? Whale.
Yeah, well, so.
Do the giraffe.
Giraffe, really? Okay. Giraffe.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right.
Visit NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
And we're live here outside the Perez family home, just waiting for the... And there they go, almost on time this morning. Mom is coming out the front door strong with a double-arm kid carry. Looks like Dad has the bags. Daughter is bringing up the rear. Oh, but the diaper bag wasn't closed. Diapers and toys are everywhere. Ooh, but Mom has just nailed the perfect car seat buckle for the toddler. And now the eldest daughter, who looks to be about 9 or 10, has secured herself in the booster seat. Dad zips the bag closed, and they're off. But looks like Mom doesn't realize her coffee cup is still on the roof of the car. And there it goes. Oh, that's a shame. That mug was a fam favorite.
Don't sweat the small stuff. Just nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are buckled correctly in the right seat for their age and size. Learn more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
Visit nhtsa.gov/
the right seat.
Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It was a normal day.
He was in some minor accident, a fender bender.
And I had this impulse to call him, but I didn't because I thought I could call him later that week.
He abandoned the car, he came home, and he shot himself without ever talking to anyone.
When I came home that night and I found her, they told me that she had shot herself, and I couldn't believe it.
I asked if he was okay.
Taking a gun into your house for protection is a terrible myth.
Once you pull that trigger, that's it. There is no coming back.
67 Americans a day die by gun suicide. Store your guns securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo. Help stop suicide. Learn more at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by Brady and the Ad Council.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You say you'd never give in to a meltdown. Never let kids' toys take over the house. And never fill your feed with kid photos. You'd never plan your life around their schedule. Never lick your thumb to clean their face. And you'd never let them leave the house looking like less than their best. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it. Never let them stay up too late. And never let them run wild through the grocery store.
Peanuts on aisle 6 and aisle 3.
So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The humor that goes on within our chat. Welcome back, everybody. Yep. Got Jordan Drake and Earl Drake coming at the top of the hour for hour 2 for part 2 of our ongoing series about the exploitation of minor league baseball, especially Black minor league baseball players. That's coming at the top of the hour. Victor, I feel like Snowman and the Big Dog Want Anarchy have Antonio Clown as head coach, and then they re-sign LeBron.
That's just wrong. Bishop Bullwinkle, anybody, please?
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YO-KANG. Real LJPN, now approve all this.
God help us today.
I want anarchy, doggone it. Y'all have never heard me say that before. In true Totally Deets fashion, the technical difficulties come. They usually wait till I join the show, though. Which, because we got to make an adjustment, which next Thursday Deets will do each and every Thursday morning.
Nice.
Which is going to send our show into 4 hours and not 3.
I'm
looking forward to. Now, to talk about the nuke that Shane just dropped while I was busy having technical difficulties, both with my chair and with my kitten and with everything else that's electronic around me, J.J. Redick. Y'all are ready to do that?
As a head coach. At least it gets him out of ESPN and being a whack job analyst.
Well, yeah, but J.J. Redick.
Talk about a downgrade.
Look, LeBron's a downgrade. Find the lie.
Oops.
Kyrie Irving is a downgrade. Find the lie.
Not wrong.
Hell, Dak Prescott is a downgrade. Find the lie.
And Victor is like, I'm not there. Why are you doing this to me?
Because it's fun. Bailey Zappi's a downgrade.
You had to, didn't you?
You darn tootin' I did. You darn tootin' I did. And as I often say, find the lie.
Let's see. Yeah, considering we did have the starting quarterback and Kraft Mac and Cheese decided to screw things up.
You had Nathan Rourke. I didn't mean this to go to football, but we're talking about finding lies.
Yeah, leave it to Hellman's Mayo and Kraft Mac and Cheese to screw this one up.
Royally.
Like, come on here, fam.
Royally.
Making me want to start up that show again.
Don't do it. At least I get. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. I'm unarmed.
Talk about it. We'll talk about it.
I'm unarmed. I'm unarmed.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot! I didn't do it.
I didn't do it, man.
Thank you. Come again. We'll talk about it in the coming weeks.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that later. Hell, Ezekiel Elliott is a downgrade.
Not wrong. Not wrong. And once again,
Cam Newton's a downgrade.
Cam Newton's a bust. What are we talking about?
And has been a bust. Now, Jen is probably going to punch me in the mouth for saying that, but I'll let her do that later.
And apparently we do have ads courtesy of Sick Diggy.
We'll read them later.
Yep.
I'm in downgrade mode just to have some fun. This one's for Darian. Since he's a Miami Heat fan, LeBron joining the Heat was a downgrade. Oops.
LeBron joining insert team here is a downgrade.
For the team and for the league.
That's
right, I said it.
If we're going to go that far, LeBron joining the NBA, downgrade.
In 2003 was a downgrade. Any running back that the Patriots have had since 1990 is a downgrade.
Well, we had Curtis Martin for a while, then we let him go to the Jets.
Point proven.
Yeah, true.
Y'all had a Hall of Fame running back and you let him go to your biggest rival.
Again, blame. Any bad move, blame ownership.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's typical. Especially, again, look at the ownership that's in the NFL now.
You know that. I know that. That's obvious.
Yep.
That's obvious.
Deets, Adam Silver is a downgrade.
Oh my Lord. Adam bleeping Silver. You want to talk about the downgrade of all downgrades?
Try me.
Adam Silver. We just said
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. David Stern was a lot better.
David Stern ruled with an iron fist, except for 1985.
Mm.
And I'm talking about the screw job in the draft.
Yeah.
Bent envelope, anyone?
Slightly bent.
Slightly bent nothing. You could see that thing clear as day at halftime of a playoff game on CBS. You'd be a fool not to see it.
Back when they had Vern Lundquist calling the NBA.
Vern Lundquist, Brent Musburger, Dick Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, for a while, until he passed Frank Lieber.
I'll tell you, it was so weird being a NASCAR fan in the 80s, especially when you were watching like Daytona, the 500 on CBS, hearing Ken's, knowing what we know now, obviously it's obviously a lot different, but back then, Ken Squire throwing it from NASCAR to the NBA.
Ken Squire. Ken's freaking Squire.
Absolute legend.
God love you. Ken Squire.
the true poet of NASCAR.
Yes. Speaking of downgrades, and I haven't messed with Darian enough, let me think. True downgrade. Absolute downgrade. Joel Embiid to the center position.
Ooh.
James Harden to any team.
I was about to say the only reason I have Embiid at center on my NBA 2K24 teams because I got Larry Bird at power forward.
Erase Embiid. You could do better at center.
The only other good center I've got is Shaq, and I'm not even talking his prime. I'm talking his Phoenix Suns version.
Good. Use him. He'll get you better. He'll get you better output than Joel Embiid. Think about it. Shaq past his prime is better than Joel Embiid in his prime.
You want to know what the funny thing is? They have Shaq's second position as a point guard.
And the problem is?
Well, he did dish a lot when he was in Phoenix.
Again, and the problem is?
I've got Jerry West at point guard now.
Who's your other point guard?
My other starting guard is actually Michael.
Good. He don't come out the lineup.
Nope.
For anything. He don't come out the lineup for nothing.
He don't.
He don't come out the lineup for nothing.
No, I got Jaylen Brown beside Larry in the forward.
Nah, Kevin McHale.
Well, if I had the card, sure, but I got to grind to get Kevin McHale.
Okay, so hurry up and get him.
I would, but I'm doing this show.
So hurry up and get him anyway.
I can't multitask when I'm doing the show.
You know, there's an obvious joke right there, but I won't use it.
Shut up. Shut up. You just wrong, dog. You just wrong.
Am I?
No, but still.
Thank you. As I said, am I wrong?
Yeah, everyone wants to see me. No, everyone wants to see me grab my Xbox controller and play half the damn show away. Right. I wanted to do that, I'd be on Twitch right now. Wait a minute. I actually did return to Twitch this week.
I rest my case.
Shut up.
Embiid is not a stat sheet filler. Stop it. If he was a stat sheet filler, he'd be swimming in championships. There, I said it.
By the way, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not lying. My Xbox is literally next to me.
As I said a moment ago, I rest me case.
I'm going to smack you with this.
No, you're not. I'm totally.
This show's gone off the rails already, and we're only 45 minutes in.
I'm totally acting like my kids.
45 minutes in, and we're already off the rails.
Come on, we were off the rails 5 minutes in. We were downgrading Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, true.
We were downgrading Luka Doncic, who everybody seems to think is the man. Ha!
Right.
Ha! I can name you 3 point guards in the past that play a better point guard than Kyrie Irving. And I won't even have to mention Magic Johnson. I won't even have to mention John Stockton. The 3 point guards that I can name you off the top of my head that played a better point guard than Kyrie Irving ever will: Kevin Johnson, Mark Price. Everybody seems to forget about Mark Price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Johnson, Mark Price, and a former Maverick, Derek Harper.
Kyrie's being coached by a better point guard than he will ever be, and that is
Jason Kidd. A Hall of Famer.
Oh, and let's not forget people who played point guard while being in other positions in their career. Michael Jordan, anybody?
Michael Jordan. Mm-hmm.
Mike ran point. Kobe ran point for a little bit here and there.
He did. Hell, we can.
We can go down the list.
Let's spend the rest of the hour. Terry Porter from the Portland Trailblazers. I already said KJ.
Yep.
Mike Bibby. Jason Williams.
You got Christie, that was a better point guard.
Doug Christie. Christie was more of a shooter, though. Mike Bibby was the point guard.
Yeah. But they both flipped. They both flipped it.
Sacramento teams. Tim Hardaway. There you go. Light up the chat, everybody.
Let's not forget.
We can name a lot of point guards that play better than Kyrie Irving ever will. Put them in the chat.
Gary Payton.
Gary Payton, Hall of Famer.
The one who just passed yesterday.
Tavares.
Jerry West.
Jerry West. You know what? Then this happens. Better point than Jordan and Kobe ever was. Hell, Jordan and Kobe played better positions all around than LeBron ever will. Take that, Tavares.
Talking about LeBron already. Jeez. That was yesterday dealing with bronze sexuals. Come on, guys.
Yeah, we
do better.
Got already. Eric Snow from Philadelphia. There you go. Allen Iverson. Iverson was more of a shooter, but he did run the show. Iverson was the first true hybrid I ever watched. Now, actually, first true hybrid guard I ever watched was Magic Johnson.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Nate Robinson.
Mm-hmm. I got one that'll get Shane. Maurice Cheeks.
Mo Cheeks.
And Maurice Cheeks and Andrew Toney used to terrorize the Boston Celtics.
I'll give you another one. D-Fish himself. Derek Fisher.
Derek Fisher. Out of little old Arkansas Little Rock.
Yep.
Sidney Moncrief from the Milwaukee Bucks.
I'll go old school with 2 other small guys who could play the game.
All right.
Muggs himself.
Muggsy Bogues.
And how about Spud?
Spud Webb. Anthony Spud Webb. Trivia question. Name the ACC school that produced A, Muggsy Bogues, and B, Spud Webb. They came from ACC schools. See if y'all can name them. And while we're talking about point guards that did better than Kyrie Irving ever will, Mark Jackson.
Yep.
Mark Jackson. Played with the Knicks, played at St. John's. Ryan got one of them. Wake Forest. That produced Muggsy Bogues. Now, which ACC school produced Spud Webb?
That I
already said
don't
Mark.
know.
I already said Mark Price. So
Right.
I already said KJ. No. Deet says Georgia Tech. No. Ryan says Clemson. No. Having all kinds of fun with this one. Don't you peek.
I'm not. I'm actually going through some other point guard lists.
Oh, okay. All right.
We're forgetting someone out in Detroit. Chauncey
Oh,
Billups.
Isaiah Thomas.
Isaiah Thomas and Chauncey Billups.
Out of Indiana. Chauncey Billups out of Colorado.
I'll stick with one from that used to play in Boston.
Stephon Marbury.
Steph, yeah, that's one.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, Rondo is a better point guard than Kyrie.
I can go further back than that. Former Celtic and son, the late Dennis Johnson. Out of Pepperdine University.
DJ.
Out of Pepperdine University.
I'll throw it all the way back then.
Okay.
Bob Cousy.
JoJo White. Speaking of former great Celtics, JoJo White. Ryan guesses Virginia Tech for Spud Webb. No.
Here's a name we ain't heard from in a while. Leonardo Barbosa.
Leandro Barbosa, the Brazilian blur. I'm trying not to say John Stockton because that would be too obvious. Benjamin Roy Armstrong Jr., a.k.a. B.J. Armstrong.
Yep.
Last guess, Maryland. No. The school that produced Anthony Spud Webb was North Carolina State.
NC State.
Tony Parker.
Nate Archibald.
Tiny. I hated him, but I loved him. I told you my first favorite team was the Philadelphia 76ers. And Archibald used to give the Sixers fits. And back to the point at hand. Why are you Laker fans? Well, first of all, Dan Hurley told the Lakers, wait a minute, let me find this button here. And I got to turn this into okay, for you Laker fans that actually thought that you were going to land Dan Hurley and put a sweet deal in front of him, I have this for you.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it, like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
There. I'm so glad Dan Hurley told the Lakers no. I would have quit. I'd have quit.
I mean, the fact is,
I'd have quit.
UConn's got the chance to go three-peat. When was the last?
I think the first three-peat since UCLA.
Yeah, I was about to say, when was the last time we had a three-peat in the brackets?
UCLA. Back in the 70s with the late great Bill Walton, and I can't believe I'm saying late Bill Walton, man.
I know it doesn't seem possible.
It doesn't seem right.
No, it don't.
It don't seem right, man.
No.
If any of y'all could spare Snowman some lunch this afternoon and a little bit of let me find it, a little bit of gas money to help me stay on the road, because next weekend I have to go out of town. There's the sign we need. There's the cash. There's the Cash App right there. I'm getting ready to get the Drakes on here in about 5 minutes. But while we're still having fun,
you and I are both going to be out of town next weekend.
Where are you going?
I'm hitting the track up at New Hampshire Motor Speedway.
That's right. That's right. You're going up to New Hampshire.
Yeah, I'm just 3-hour drive away from me.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the first time I've ever been invited to a race by an actual NASCAR team. Figure
Yeah,
that one out.
man. Yeah. I forgot about that.
And don't worry, pictures and autographs aplenty.
You better. You better. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna have a busy week next week.
Well, next week, well, my wife has to work up in northern Indiana next week, but she dangled a carrot in front of me.
Oh boy.
She has to leave Wednesday because she's doing a lot of stuff for her job. I love you, Jody, very much. But as your wife loves to do to you, big dog, my wife dangled a carrot in front of me.
Do tell.
She says, I have to go to this place up in northern Indiana, and I have to be there Wednesday to Friday. Want to join me when you get done with wound care? Hell yeah!
And where exactly is this place?
Outside of Portage.
Oh.
I get to go to part of my old stomping ground.
Sounds
I
like
get to go to my old stomping ground in Portage.
I was about to say, it sounds like we're going to have an extended vacation. It sounds like we're going to have an extended weekend.
Yep. And I ain't coming back till Tuesday.
Nice.
I'm not saying, I'm just saying. So I may have to bring my toys up to Portage to do Monday's show up in Portage. Or who knows, we might be south in Indianapolis. Who knows? Like I was this morning for a doctor's appointment. But we shall see what we shall see.
Sounds like we're all going to have some fun next week.
Uh-huh. Sherman Douglas, who's that? I don't know, Stargard out of Syracuse. Perhaps, maybe, kind of, sort of.
Oh, another name we all forgot about, Sam Castle.
Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell.
Yes, sir.
I like Sam Cassell.
Yeah, he was underrated.
Yeah, Sam Cassell is quite underrated. Sam Cassell is quite underrated. All right, we got to take a break. I got the Drakes on the way, and we're going to talk part 2 of the series that has a petition going and also has some more stories to be told. We'll be back in 120 seconds with that as we head into hour 2 of Snowman in the Morning, and God knows we got a good one for you. We'll be back.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
It'd be great if life came with a remote control. You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest.
Uh-oh.
Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, You can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. Yikes! So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You said you'd never buy your kid candy from the checkout aisle. Or forget extra diapers. And never give in to a meltdown. You'd never lick your thumb to clean their face. Never let them have too much screen time. And never bribe them for just one more bite. You say you'd never let them out in public without their hair brushed. Never, ever become a minivan mom. And you'd never give them your phone for a quiet dinner.
Calling boss work phone.
So when you say you'd never leave your child in a hot car, no, it can happen. Cars get hot fast, and kids can be at risk in temperatures as low as 60 degrees Fahrenheit. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
The impact of a meal goes well beyond feeding our bodies, because when people don't have to worry about where their next meal is coming from, they can truly thrive, like Marta.
And now we'll hear from our class valedictorian, who with our hard work never ceases to amaze us. Please welcome Marta Moreno.
And Alex.
Hey, Alex, how did the interview go?
I did it! I got the job! I can't believe it!
I knew it. Let's meet up later to celebrate.
And Diego.
Mom! I got first place at the science fair with my volcano project.
That's amazing, sweetie. Congratulations.
Because when people are fed, futures are nourished, and everyone deserves to live a full life. Join the movement to end hunger at feedingamerica.org/actnow. feedingamerica.org/actnow. A public service announcement brought to you by Feeding America and the Ad Council.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right, let's get into it. Last week, I had these wonderful gentlemen on, and they were telling me about a situation, or as my dad used to say, a situation that's going on right now that involves a petition and, I don't know, some messing aroundery. And that's as nice as I can put it. Please help me welcome Jordan Drake back to the program, as well as his dad, Earl Drake. And we'll do part 2 of this right now. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing good. Doing good in the Pacific Northwest.
I know it's early, and I know you guys are on the move, but I've been wanting to do this series for a while. So let's continue from where we left off last week. So, yep. Jordan, if you could provide a quick recap of the petition that you put together, and that's sort of where we started last week. If you could recap that for us, please.
Okay. So we had 4 main issues that we were trying to reach. One of them was having the stats on Baseball Reference. The other was proper compensation for the players for their duties. The other one was going to be the living situations on where they're currently located. And also the last one being the food situation, you know, players being fed before or after the games, or, you know, things of those sorts.
Let's touch on the food situation to start.
Okay.
Because during a ball game, and I've been around a lot of baseball, players get hungry. Let's just say it. Players get hungry before, during, and after the game. Why weren't they feeding you guys just gratis? Why weren't they feeding you guys?
I mean, that's, once again, that's something that is higher than me. I don't actually know why they didn't, But like you're saying, if you already have a concession stand that's up, one hot dog is not going to kill you.
No,
Um,
it's not.
but that's a situation for them, and I can't speak on their behalf. Only thing I can do is, just voice what they're doing over here, and that's one of the things that they're doing. They're not feeding the players properly like they said that they would be doing.
Why do you think, Draco, that they're not listening?
That's you, Father.
You with us, Draco?
He could be a little choppy. Yes.
Yeah, he might be a little behind. We'll come back to him.
Yeah.
It just doesn't seem fair to
No.
have all that going on for a league, or players within the league, I should say, and all these discrepancies are happening right now.
Yeah, it's a sad thing because you would think that the ball players would only have one thing on their mind and one thing to focus on, and that's to put up proper stats and play the game at their highest abilities. And they can't even do that.
They really can't, because they can't concentrate on it.
Right? No nourishment, anything.
No, nothing. And this takes us back, and I said we tell this story this week. Takes us back to 2017 when we all met in Memphis, Tennessee.
Right.
At a league that was supposed to launch, and we got treated the same way.
Yep.
The exact same way.
Yep, and it seems like it's a revolving door. It's the same thing that happens over and over and over.
The staff, well, I should say the staff that was putting on the event was treated great.
Right.
Players and the media, however, of which I was the only one there calling the games live,
right,
not a chance.
Now, do you think if you were properly prepared, you think if the league was properly prepared, we wouldn't have ran into those situations?
I absolutely guarantee it, because they didn't even give me the right roster, and I knew this was going to be a lot of mess from the very first game when they gave me the rosters but told me the wrong teams.
Yeah, that's not properly prepared, and I feel like that's what the Maverick League is. They're not properly prepared for situations at hand when they arise.
What are some of the other problems that arose often when it comes to the Maverick League and they weren't prepared for?
I would say sometimes it's the food situation, because they'll have a couple staff workers, and then the lines will get long, and we don't even really have that many people at the games. We don't, back when we had the grass filled and the dirt field prep would take forever. Fields wouldn't be properly raked out, watered. It's like the little things that they're illy prepared for. How are you going to have a team do batting practice and you only have one bucket of balls?
Yeah.
We
ran into that in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah.
Every day.
Tennessee, we had balls that they were buying from Walmart to try to play with. They had plastic balls.
And they weren't regulation size baseballs.
Right. Like that's one thing, illy prepared. So, I mean, there's a lot of negative things that they're doing, but I still want to capitalize on what they should be doing on the positive, like what they can be doing to soften the blow for all the negatives. Because they could do a lot more positives than what they're doing negative, and the positives that they can do would outweigh the negatives that they're doing right now.
Let's shift and go there. What's one of the positives? Let's just start at the top. What's one of the positives that they can enact right now to not only help soften the blow, but steer the league in a better direction and on a better course?
Well, one thing that they can do is talk about how their stats. That's the main thing about this whole thing, man. And I was just talking to a couple of guys last night about this. You have to realize that there's over 100,000 people that are trying to play baseball in the United States of America. And about 10,000 of them, 10,000 of them go and play professional sports. You know, there's a lot of statistics that go down, that trickle down to the individual person. There's how many rounds in baseball now? What, 26?
Yeah.
So you are competing not only against yourself, but you're competing against everybody across the country, your city, the world, everything. Where you're playing right now, this league, and what however they want to classify this, the at bats have to count. That's the only thing that matters to these kids. Is their at bat gonna count? Is their play gonna count? You know, like my buddy just hit a baseball 468 feet with an exit velo of 108 miles an hour. That's big league.
It is.
And he's smaller than me. He's about 5'11", maybe like 175, 180. And he's doing that here in the Maverick League.
Yeah.
Okay? Why, if a scout was to see that and watch that on film, yeah, he's going to see good film. Okay? But that hit isn't going to count. He has 2 home runs in this league with like 12 RBIs so far. But those stats don't count.
Is anyone taking the stats right now?
They have people there that are like stat book keepers, but their stats aren't going into a database. That's my problem. Their stats need to go into a database, because anybody can keep a stat book in their closet with all the stats that happened this season. But what is that going to do for you trying to get picked up, or for a scout? How is that booklet in your closet or in a archive going to help you solidify yourself for your next team?
How can I help from here? Because I'm a stats maven, and I can keep stats for a league at the blink of an eye. Hell, I did it in Memphis, Tennessee.
So,
and no one expected me to do it. And thinking about it, and after talking to you guys, no one wanted the effort.
Right.
That got me.
Right. So, like I said before in the first interview, how we do this, man, we got to do this for ourselves. We can't try to put in our efforts and help people who don't receive the help willingly. And like I said, man, we gotta make our own league. We gotta make our own teams. And it's really not that hard. I've been doing a lot of research on this, but it's a thing that I think baseball needs in a whole. You know, we have these Savannah Bananas. You know, we have these Tri-City leagues where these guys are playing in, what do you call it, the cosmic baseball, and they're playing in neon colors and all this cool stuff, right? Why can't baseball go back to what it used to be with yesteryear? And what I'm saying is, why don't we go back to the Negro leagues? You know, why if Negro leagues just became relevant in Major League Baseball, and you have
a long time,
and you have minor league baseball, right? And some of these independent leagues are affiliated with minor league, Major League Baseball now.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't a group of, investors or baseball like-minded people get together and make their own team? But not only do we make our own team, we make it a Negro League team.
So how soon can we start that process? Because I know the tools I can add to it.
Right. I mean, it's definitely a process.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get licensings and rights and insurance and so on and so forth. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's definitely something that can be done, and I think that that's something that any community can get on, especially if, let's say, the community had shares.
Mm-hmm.
Team. So who's to say that Snowman can't own a portion of the team, or I can't own a portion of the team, or Sam and Billy that live down the street can't own a portion of the team.
Mm-hmm.
Now your community has something that they have ties to that they can hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, there's always different little avenues that you can go with, but I'm at the point where we don't need to help them. We've tried so much trying to help them, and they just rejected our offers to help. So, it doesn't matter. If you're not putting money in their pockets, they're not gonna.
It's not going to matter. You're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Which is why I started my own
Mm-hmm.
broadcasting organization. That's
It's almost like
exactly why I started my own.
a "What have you done for me lately?" kind of a,
Mm-hmm.
So that's just me on that end. But we can also in the food situation, another situation. There's so many mom and pop restaurants that are here in the community.
Mm-hmm.
Went to one yesterday to eat a Subway, like a sub sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
They're locally owned, small business, and they talked to me about my hat when I walked in there, and they asked me if I was a player, if I did this and that, and the community knows that there is baseball here. That's the thing. The community knows.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the community doesn't want to support it.
I know I may have asked this last week, but I'll ask it again. Why do you think that is? Why do you think they don't want to support it?
Like with anything in life, when you're here for a long time and you're excelling so well, you start to get a notion, a big what's the word I'm looking for? You start to get a little chip on your shoulder.
Yes.
You feel invincible. You feel untouchable.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the family that runs this league, they've been like that for decades now, and
I feel it.
I feel that they rub people the wrong ways, thinking that they're better than everybody else,
Mm-hmm.
and they rub some people the wrong way.
Yeah.
The baseball community for the kids, they had it's a whole city thing that they've gotten themselves into, and that's even before I lived here.
Mm-hmm.
But from the little things that I know, they just burn bridges in the community. Different businesses that they used to partner with in the past are no longer sponsors with them now. It's just bickering, back and forth, community bickering, community politics, stuff that I'm not involved with. But I do know that they have burned ties over the years.
Why won't they just let the politics is the one thing that really gets on my nerve.
Yep.
I've seen it. I've been there, done that. The politics just get on my nerves. They've always gotten on my nerve. Even from the standpoint of me being, and I have been called this, a lowly broadcaster.
Right.
That's not worth it. I've been told this sentence. You are nothing but a lowly broadcaster that's not worth anything to a community. I was told that in Northwest Indiana. I was bluntly told that in 2018 in Northwest Indiana when I was covering Michigan City High School football. Yet, who do you think was the only outfit that broadcast all 13 games, following them all the way up to semi-state, where they were a round away from playing for a state championship?
You.
That's this. Yeah, that's this guy.
See, and
I
that's
went through 2 mixers. I went through 4 different microphones, and still no gratitude.
see, and that's the problem with a lot of people. You put in the work. Not only did you put in the work for yourself, but you put in the work for your community, trying to get your community, noticed and heard.
Mm-hmm.
There's people here that have been trying to do this for a long time. They advertise who they want to advertise, okay?
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that, I don't know if my father's still here, but there is a guy who played in this league, okay? Now, before we say this, I'm not against anybody. I love everybody, okay?
Right.
This gentleman, excuse me, was his name is Brian, and from the interview that I read, he was, excuse me, the first open, active gay baseball player.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Kid can ball his butt off. Kid can play. Okay. But the league had no idea about it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We all, we had a figuring out. We put 2 and 2 together. But
yeah.
Once the league figured out and he came out and said what he needed to say, they hopped right on that. Went on the news. They interviews, the Coin 6, all these news outlets came out. They even, I don't know if you know you have to know him. You remember Billy Bean?
I do.
Billy Bean even donated some cleats to him.
Wow.
In a whole letter, wrote him a letter, all this stuff.
Yeah, you're right. He did get that story. Did get a lot of media attention.
Okay. So, like I said before, man, I'm not against that or any of that. Like, the dude was good, and you want to know the crazy thing too? Dude's a country star.
Wow.
He was from what, Nashville, I think.
Mm-hmm. Big time music writer. And they pubbed him like crazy. But the reason why I say that is because they pubbed him for something that wasn't even why he was there.
What?
They pubbed him for being an openly gay baseball player and a music star.
And not his efforts on the field.
No.
Right.
Am I reading that right?
Absolutely. Because nowhere in the interview talked about his baseball.
That alone discourages me. Because I've dealt with people of all ilks in almost 30 years. And you cover somebody because they're openly gay and not because he's a hell of a baseball player?
And he makes music and he's a country artist, and it's crazy, man. My dad will tell you, I'm not making this up.
Draco, please talk.
It's probably hard for him. I think his
I think
a little messed up, but I can't. Excuse me. I would not make this up.
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't. I know you wouldn't.
I seen it. I spoke to him. I know him good. I know him well, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, you have a great opportunity here to advertise baseball to a community that nobody There's no baseball here. The nearest professional baseball is all the way up in Seattle.
Yeah.
And then you got to go 800 miles to the Bay.
So you're stuck in the middle between Seattle with the Mariners and San Francisco with the Giants.
Yep.
And you know those two places are expensive.
Yep. So like, and you know, like I was telling my father yesterday, we talked a little bit. I don't know if you remember about the whole PDX MLB campaign that they're trying to do, bringing the baseball team to Portland.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I told my father, well, why doesn't somebody just do what the Oakland A's just did? You know how the Oakland A's are moving to Vegas?
Yeah.
Well, they made a team out in Oakland called the Oakland Ballers. Okay. That Oakland Ball team is now the affiliated team for a team in Major League Baseball because they're a part of the Pioneer League now. Okay.
Wow.
So it took all of Oakland's fan base and put it to a independent league team. They just this team, the Oakland Ballers, just had their opening night for the first game ever.
Yeah.
They had more people at that game than what they had at an Oakland A's game this year.
Damn.
So, geographically and demographically showing, you know, I'm not no major in this, but they used the base of their team that left and used their fans. The fans didn't want baseball to leave.
Right.
It was the ownership that just couldn't handle it anymore in the Coliseum Stadium. So they went to Vegas. So if Major League Baseball wanted to, or if the fans wanted a team in Portland or in Oregon, why wouldn't you just make like a legit independent team, like a Pioneer type league team, and then let that be the team for the state?
Which is something we have been talking about here for the past for the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And needs to launch.
Yep.
Must launch.
They literally have the whole, what do you call it? The blueprint for all of this stuff that they were trying to do for this major league team, because it was going to be the A's that came up here.
Yeah.
They were going to switch the name from the A's and they were going to become the Portland Pioneers. That's what the name was going to be. Because
and it didn't happen.
But it didn't happen. So
yeah,
you can do that same aspect here of what they did in Oakland for the Oakland Ballers. There's literally,
it's got to be marketed right.
Yeah,
I know, but they've already done. But you got to think about it with the whole PDX to Portland. They have already done the marketing. That's on everybody's cars. Everybody who's a baseball head knows that they're trying to bring a baseball team to Portland. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
So the marketing and not only that, you remember Russell Wilson was behind all that with Sierra.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That's one reason they moved out west anyway.
Yep.
That was the reason they moved west.
Yep.
That was the reason they set their sights on Denver. It wasn't any, and I hate saying this aloud, it wasn't anything to do with football. It was that.
They wanted to stay, they were still trying to stay close to still try to do this PDX to Portland thing.
For the
Portland.
Yeah.
For the community. So, and everybody knows Russell's a baseball guy anyways.
It was his first sport.
Right. Who's to say that he was like, you know what? Maybe we can't put it in Major League Baseball, but we sure can put it in independent baseball. I don't understand why they haven't put a legit independent team based in Oregon. They could play they can almost play in every single independent league here. They can play in the Atlantic if they wanted to. They could play in the Pioneer if they wanted to. Yeah, they might have to travel, but that ain't nothing but a team bus.
And everybody's close.
Right. Everybody's close.
Everybody's close.
Everybody's
That's a team
California,
bus.
Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, places like that. So but it takes a community, like I've been saying. The community has to be on board. The community has to want it. If community wants baseball, then the community can have it. They just got to fight for it.
And right now, they're not showing the fight
because they don't want the
Well,
ownership.
first of all, we've
Go ahead,
been 4 years. This program has been established, and every season it comes back. It's the same old thing. It's a recycle of the previous season. There's been no changes whatsoever to the program. I mean, it's a great program. You got 4 teams from all over to compete, but what does the upper brass bring to the table? They provide the facilities. You don't see the players. A lot of benefits for them, but business for the players. There are a lot of shorts. So how do we rectify that? So still to this point, to my knowledge, there hasn't been any response from the walkers for all the issues that's been brought up in the petition. It's like crickets. Nobody's saying anything. So I guess that's saying that our statements or whatever the petition that Georgia has put in place, I guess things are true. Respond.
Let me ask you this before we go to a break, Draco. Let me ask you this, and I wanted to pose this last week, but didn't get an opportunity to. Why do you think the response has been nil?
Hard to say. Facts are facts. And everything that was put in that petition was so it really makes you wonder. But on the bus or anything like that, but
oh, we just lost him to a bad connection. All right, we're up against the break, but you guys have got to come back next week. We got to continue this next week.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. And there's going to be hopefully I can get you guys a lot more information on some new things that we're going to start trying to launch moving forward.
Good, very good. That's Jordan Drake. One Take Drake joining us. He will join us every single Thursday as we outline all these problems in the Maverick League and just start launching with some solutions on this side. And I'll offer my help on what I can do on this side from a broadcast and a statistical standpoint and extend it out there. Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate the time.
Hey, you guys, one more thing. I just want to give a shout out to my family and my teammates with the Portland Mavericks. I love everybody. Christina, Jericho, JJ, Presley, Ellis, the squad, gang. Let's go.
Man, I need to get a video feed because I want to voice one of your games.
Oh yeah, I can get you.
Have them send me the video feed and I'll voice one of the games and let them in on what they're missing.
All righty, good man.
All right, thank you, brother.
All right, have a good day, guys.
You too.
Yeah.
This hurts my heart.
This is unreal, dude.
This hurts my heart.
Yeah.
More than anything, this hurts my heart. It really does.
Yeah.
To have all these players, Jody Honey, forgive me, busting their ass.
They're being mistreated.
And absolutely.
I mean, flat out, it's a mistreatment of the players. They're putting on the game every time they go out there, and it seems like they're getting nothing back.
They're not getting anything back.
And it's bull. It's complete bull.
It is. It is. It's horrible. It's absolute. Something's got to give.
You know what? Maybe this will be the keg of dynamite that goes underneath someone's ass and gets lit. Put something going here.
Yeah. Hopefully that is the case. Let's take a break. When we come back, old Shaner says he's got some football news. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Look at that. It's so sad.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
In a world where chronicles of the past are brought to the streams, whether the content is relatable or completely beyond your realm of life, there is no shadow of a doubt that this show is absolutely full of shenanigans. Get ready for
D. Willie in the Evening.
This Sunday at 10:05 p.m. Eastern.
Exclusively on Sertoba Media, where the struggle is real to be awesome.
The quickest way to get search engines like Google to put your business at the top of search results is by having a steady flow of positive reviews. With Power Brand Systems, you can show up in search and stand apart from your local competition by easily collecting new customer reviews through text message. But getting found is only the beginning. Most consumers choose the first business that responds to them. Unless you start conversations with potential customers almost instantly, they'll go somewhere else. That's why Power Brand Systems make starting conversations with website visitors as easy as clicking a button.
Drew Willingham.
In this case, yeah, you put the blame on Kyle Shanahan for apparently not preparing the team enough for the overtime rules, supposedly.
Cole Johnson.
Peyton was considered the winner, and he was the darling of all darlings for Gerald.
With a special appearance by Tyrone Alizé McDummy.
Ain't nobody calling me. Text delete, 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 delete.
Join these two football enthusiasts as they give you Total Football Talk. Live every Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central on the Sertoba Media and the Comey Media YouTube channels. Oh, yes. The tradition, the pageantry, the spectacle, the history, the slut. Wait. I gotta rep my brother's stuff right. All my DMV soldiers, stand up! And welcome to the Commander's Gridiron Report. You want your commanders to be repped right? Well, D. Willie is your man. Commander's Gridiron Report. Every Tuesday at 11:05 a.m. Eastern, 10:05 a.m. Central on the Sertoba Media YouTube channel. Music by J. Cool.
Where's my soldiers? Right side. Commanders. Where's my soldiers? Left side.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network proudly presents The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson, live every weekday morning beginning April 29th at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I swear Cole Johnson is evil.
Yep. We don't even have to play the doggone thing, and I'm shaking my head at Tam.
He's evil.
He is.
43 after the hour, 17 before we wrap it up. We had a third hour planned, but because of some things that have come up here, we're going to do our normal, and then we're going to get on the heck up out of here. Tomorrow, it's a football Friday, and we got lots of football to talk about. And we're going to slip in a little Stanley Cup final talk. Will the Panthers go up 3-0, or will the Oilers make a stand in Western Canada? We'll do all that tomorrow. All right, you said you had some NFL news. Break it out.
You feel like laughing at the Atlanta Falcons even more than usual? You're going to love this then.
Let's have it.
Okay, according to, of course, ESPN, the NFL has ruled that the Falcons had improper contact with Darnell Mooney, Charlie Warner, and Kurt Two Chainz Cousins prior to the start of the 2024 league year and will be forced to forfeit its original 2025 fifth-round draft pick and pay a fine of $250,000, while the GM, Terry Fontenot, has been fined $50,000. Oh!
Damn. Just how stupid can one franchise be? Wait, there's the Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry.
Victor's about to punch his phone.
Again.
How
stupid can one franchise be? Oh, wait, there's the New England Patriots of late.
You're not wrong.
How stupid can one franchise be? Oh, wait, there's the Dallas Mavericks.
Oh, wait. Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, God. We could waste the segment on that tomorrow.
We could. We really could.
We could really waste a segment on that tomorrow.
How stupid can one franchise be? Insert team here.
And I'll guarantee y'all that's 20 minutes.
30. Easy if we include all the rest of the teams.
Oh, my gosh.
How stupid?
You know what?
Can one be?
Here's how we'll close. This is how we'll close it. Yes. Say it again. Say it again.
White Sox.
Yes. How stupid can one franchise be? Chicago Scrubs.
How stupid can one franchise be? Even though they're up in their division, the LA Dodgers.
I swear to you, the Giants are going to come back and win that division.
It wouldn't surprise me any.
CJ, what's going on? He still says Mavs in 7. Brother, I hate to inform you of this, but they're going to get blown to smithereens the same way the Cleveland Cadavers got blown to smithereens 6 years ago.
Terrence says he'll take it because Kirk's leading the Falcons to 10 wins this season. What are you smoking, bruh? Ain't anybody in the NFC South going to be over 500 this year.
Wait a minute. Read that to me again.
Tavares says, I'll take it because Kirk is leading us to a 10-win season.
You for real?
I wasn't going to do it.
But you're going to do it.
You're damn straight. Mr. Bullwinkle?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Once again.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You got Kirk 2 Chainz Cousins as your starting quarterback who won't finish the season. And I'm not saying because of injury. I am saying because of the Falcons' offensive ineptitude.
He's going to get replaced 6 games into the year.
If not earlier. Matter of fact, I'll call for complete anarchy.
Here we go.
Michael Penix starts and completes the season as the Falcons starting quarterback.
And they still don't reach 500.
And they still don't get 6 wins.
Again, it's the NFC South. It's the dumpster fire of the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay is going to wind up winning that division by default.
Yeah, and they won't even be over 500.
No, they'll be 7-10. And then get blown out in the... You know what? I take that back. There could be a possibility that Tampa Bay could be 7-10, win the division, host a playoff game, and beat the hell out of the Eagles again.
Oh, my God. Dude.
Wouldn't that
Breeze would have a field day if that happened.
Wouldn't that just be so NFL, though?
It would be.
Wouldn't that just be so NFL that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who blew the doors off of the Philadelphia Eagles in Tampa this past January, would do it again?
Oh, earlier segment. Here's a downgrade. Getting beat by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Here's a downgrade. Potentially losing to the Atlanta Falcons, who will be 8 games below 500.
Woof.
Woof. Yeah, losing to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Stop the cap.
That's not cap.
No, it's not. That's the problem.
That's not cap.
Nope.
That is not cap.
No, it's not. And that's the problem. Because of how bad that dumpster fire division is.
And always will be.
I mean, for the longest time, the NFC South was feared because of who they had in it.
The South divisions should not exist.
No, they really shouldn't.
The South divisions should not exist. The
Well,
AFC and NFC South needs to go.
3 divisions, top 2 from each division, 2 wild cards. There you go. That's how you make up for it.
The 7th seed should not even have been a thought after the COVID year. Okay, you give someone a cheap division title because of all that's going on in the world. You want to make an extra team feel good. Get that. But after 2020, you should have blown it up and went back to 6 teams. You should have went back to 3 division champions, 3 wild cards. There's your fix.
Oh, I'll take that.
Things that'll make you throw the whole season away. The Dallas Cowboys in an NFC championship game.
That'd make me throw the whole damn league away.
Yeah, that too.
Sorry,
Things that'll make you throw the whole season. Things that'll make you throw the whole season away. Oh dear. I just thought of one. I just won't say it here.
Say it. You know you want to.
Mm-mm.
Is it going to cause that big of a strife?
Yes.
Oh boy.
It's going to cause you to laugh even louder than you are now.
Try me.
All right. You asked for it. Bailey Zappi throwing for 5,000 yards.
What?
Exactamundo.
Oh. Leads the league in touchdowns and yardage. Right.
Woof. Woof.
No, that's more like things I'll make Robert Kraft sell the team. Which,
Robert Kraft would walk away quicker than I am. And I'm minus my leg power.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something that'll make you throw the whole season away. Bryce Young leading the league in passing.
Yeah, the whole league gets tossed at that point.
Oh, the whole league season just gets thrown away. Just goes bye-bye.
The only way Bryce Young is going to lead the league in passing is if he's doing it on Madden.
And even then, he won't have much of an offensive line.
Nope.
Even then, he won't have much of an offensive line. Period.
And even then, he's still got to go up against the 97 Tom Brady.
Skip Tom Brady. He has to go up against 89 Montana. Take that.
Actually, in the game, Montana is rated at a 92.
And he'll still outthrow him.
Yeah.
And he'll still outpass him, doggone it.
Yep.
Hell, you got to go up against the 92 Steve Young. How do you like that? Tua led the league in passing last season. And where did it get him? Frozen out and buried in Kansas City. You know why Tua led the league? You know why Tua led the league in passing that season? One game got him to the lead, and he never relinquished it in passing. That 70-point debacle against the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, easily. You also know what last year got him? 3 concussions.
You know what last year got Tua? Hope that he could lead the Dolphins to a playoff victory. Instead, they went to Kansas City and froze like icebergs and finished with an
pretty much.
Dummy. If Tua throws for 4,000 yards this year, I'll be surprised.
I don't see
They're going to try.
They're
They're going to try to copy the 40. They're going to try to copy Mike McDaniel and company are going to try to copy the 49er offense, and they're going to fail miserably. Why? Because they haven't fixed the offensive line. I've said that.
That's the biggest problem with most teams in the NFL. They have no offensive line.
No offensive line. Absolutely no offensive line.
Outside of like 7 or 8 teams, the biggest thing the NFL needs is an offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And it's always the same 7, 8 teams that end up in the playoffs.
Here's something that'll make me throw the season away after all the wolf tickets I've sold. Caleb Williams leading the league in passing. I will go hide under my car so I won't have to face the consequences, which I'm going to wind up facing anyway, should that happen. I don't expect it to.
Man, you're going to have to hide under the car and hope they don't have tar and feather for you.
Yeah, but the Midwest Committee of Bear Idiocy would drag me out from under it.
Yep.
And let me have it. And I deserve it. I deserve it. Let me just be real. I deserve it.
You know what?
I wouldn't even run. I'd sit here in this chair, strap myself in, and say, "Bring it on." That's just how much anarchy I want. Here's one that will make throw the whole season away. Dak Prescott throwing for more interceptions than touchdowns.
That would just make me laugh.
Yeah, you're right. That would just make me laugh.
Because there's no chance he's going to throw more touchdowns than INTs this year.
He got lucky last year.
Yeah, he did.
And what happened in the playoffs? They got spanked.
He folded like a lawn chair.
Mm-hmm. Hell, he folded like a lawn chair in week 5.
Pretty much.
Just like Bailey Zappi's going to fold in week 4 and Dak Prescott's going to fold in week 8. What? What?
You had to go there.
What they say? What they say?
We already know here in New England, our asses are going to get handed to us by you guys. You only got to keep reminding us.
Well, we're getting even for 20 years of hell.
We were only getting even for the last 40 years prior to that.
No, you weren't. You didn't come up even because y'all got an assist by a rule that was repealed a year later.
I know nothing about
Fine lie.
I know nothing about that.
Shut up. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. Dream big, do bigger. We are, and we hope y'all are too. 9 a.m. start time tomorrow. We're out. See you later.
I'm dreading week 4.